What is up, everyone? My name is Jack Saffel, back again with another video, and today I am here with my WWE SmackDown review for August the 16th, 2016, and SmackDown keeps on continuing with their role of good shows. I feel like this was better than Raw this week. Lots of interesting things going into SummerSlam, and yeah, it's looking like a really good show actually, so I'm extremely excited to see what the SmackDown brand can offer to SummerSlam. It should be really cool. So we opened up SmackDown with Shane McMahon and Daniel Bryan talking about SummerSlam. Randy Orton then shows up, and Shane says he's got a contract for him to sign about his match against Brock Lesnar. And then Heath Slater comes in with a fruit basket to, suck up to the SmackDown bosses, and he throws an apple at Orton, and then the basket is addressed to Bob, but like Slater says, it was supposed to say, boss, so Slater also stands. He also talks about how he went toe to toe with Lesnar yesterday or last night or whatever, and Shane says, that was impressive, but you kind of made fun of us last week. And Orton bites the apple and says, "Hey, I've got an idea," and then the intro starts playing. So that was interesting. So we get a Miz TV segment. Welcome to the new era, people. So Miz TV segment, and before Miz can even introduce himself, Dean Ambrose comes in, and he talks about how he can't stand Miz's voice, and before he can talk, he's interrupted by Dolph Ziggler as well, and these two guys cut one hell of a promo between each other. It was really awesome. Ambrose is pretty much saying that he thinks that Ziggler's going to choke, and he can't handle things under pressure, and then Ziggler just gets fired up with him and saying that he's going to put on the best show of his life or whatever. Super kicks Ambrose and says he is that damn good. So yeah, that was an awesome way to start up the show. I think that's going to look really cool in the little promo packages that they're going to do for them before the match at SummerSlam. I feel like Ambrose vs. Ziggler is going to be a fucking awesome match, and I cannot wait to see what they do. So right after that, we decide to have a 12-man tag team match. The Usos, American Alpha, and the Hype Bros versus the Vaudevillains, Breezango, and the Ascension. So pretty much all of the tag teams on SmackDown going at it. Nothing really special in this match. Everyone all beat up each other because that's just WWE's way of booking. But the American Alpha do their finishing move on one of the members of the Vaudevillains to get the win. Good stuff. So Dean Ambrose, after that match, is backstage, doesn't look happy, and we find out he's going to face Eric Rowan later on tonight. And then we get to Naomi versus Eva Marie, or what we thought, because, Naomi comes out, she comes out to a remix of her song, and she's, all glowed up. She's, got these weird new wrestling designs on her, and apparently she's a face, so she comes out there, and she's all glowing and all that. I don't know how I feel about her entrance. I think it's, I know some people have said it's cool, but I don't know. I think it might grow on me after a while. I thought it was a little bit silly, but it might grow on me in the future. But we get to Eva Marie's announcement, and, the magnificent, the wonderful Eva Marie, who can't be here tonight because she's stuck in traffic. So I thought that was really funny. She's still trying to find ways to get out of matches, which I really enjoy. And so they had to move on to another segment with AJ Styles talking to Alberto Del Rio, because Alberto Del Rio is going to face John Cena later on. And AJ said he's going to have a front row seat to see Del Rio beat up Cena. He's going to be a commentary and all that. And then he goes how Del Rio put Cena out of action at Hell in a Cell when he beat him for the US title, and that Del Rio said he's been beating up Cena and he doesn't need AJ's pep talk to let him win. And then AJ points out how he's in one of the main events at SummerSlam and you're not even on the card. So that was a big zinger right there. Really enjoyed it. Right after that, Randy Orton just kills Heath Slater in a match, wins by DQ. This was a no-brainer here. Just after Slater gets beat up by Lesnar last night, of course, tonight he's going to get the shit kicked out of him by Orton. Yeah, Orton actually did a couple of German suplexes, which I think was pretty cool, and he does the little stance thing that Lesnar does, and RKO's him, and yeah, so great segment. I like how they're using Heath Slater to build up between these two guys. So, yeah, pretty good for Heath Slater getting beat up by Brock Lesnar and Randy Orton. And then, as soon as that happens, Slater is in the back. The doctors are out to check him out, see if he's okay. And then the general managers come in, Shane and Daniel Bryan. And then Slater's like, oh, thank you for, helping me out and for mentioning me, showing no mercy. And then they're like, that's a good name for an upcoming pay-per-view, which they announced a couple of days ago, so that's pretty cool. And, Slater, he's pretty much out of it. He doesn't exactly know what's going on. And he's like, oh, thank you, Mick Foley, for giving me this opportunity, because he thinks that Daniel Bryan's Mick Foley and he's on Raw. And so Shane, because they were going to give him the contract, but because Heath Slater thinks Shane is Stephanie, he's like, yeah, about the contract, screw it. So, and then once Slater gets out of his trance, he finally realizes and goes, oh, damn it, so that was pretty funny. And then we get to Eric Rowan versus Dean Ambrose. This was an alright match. Of course, Ambrose did his big slingshot clothesline, hit the Dirty Deeds for the win. But for some reason, right after this, after Eric Rowan lost the match, so Bray Wyatt was in his rocking chair watching, and then he gets up, looks at the sheet mask, drops it on the chair, and then leaves. So, could this be the end of the Wyatt family? Which I'm not a big fan of, honestly, because remember the last time Eric Rowan got a push by himself? We all know how far he went. But I think Bray will be fine, honestly. I think he's one of the top stars on SmackDown. But I don't know where Rowan's going, I don't know when Luke Harper's going to return. I feel like they should keep the Wyatt family together in one little stable, because I don't think splitting them up is a good idea, because we all know what happened last time. Eric Rowan didn't go anywhere. Luke Harper, I know he did win the Intercontinental title, but it wasn't that impressive, and Wyatt, he was okay, but he lost a lot of momentum after he broke up with the Wyatt family. So right after that, we have a Divas women's tag team match, Carmella and Becky Lynch versus Alexa Bliss and Natalya. This was an okay match, your typical women's tag team match. And so, as soon as, Becky's getting fired up, beating at Natalya, and that is until Eva Marie finally decides to show up. She's come back from traffic, she does her whole entrance and shit, and she's about to get her way into the ring until Naomi comes out, because she's not happy that she didn't get to face Eva, and so she chases her around the ring, and Natalya just grabs Naomi and then throws her out, so both women are gone, and Natalya tries to roll up Becky, but then Becky gets out of it and hits a disarmer on her, which I thought was really cool, so Natalya taps out. And so Naomi is standing tall. It's obvious Naomi's a babyface now. I don't know when she turned heel, probably for no reason. But then again, that's the women's division for you. So Becky Lynch, Carmella, and Naomi are standing tall. Three great divas. And it is announced that there will be a 6-women tag team match. Becky Lynch, Carmella, and Naomi versus Alexa Bliss, Natalya, and Eva Marie. So it seems like a thrown together 6-woman tag, but oh well, I think it could be decent enough. So right after that, the bullying of poor little Kalisto continues as Baron Corbin is up against this wall, and he's just pressing his face and pretty much saying, I'm going to beat you up, because he's still not happy that he lost his IC Championship No One Contenders match, and he's blaming Kalisto for it. So a match between these two is going to happen in the future, probably at Backlash, which is the next SmackDown exclusive show. So that should be pretty interesting to see, that match between Baron Corbin and Kalisto. It's kind of like a bully picking on a small kid, That's what I'm kind of getting from that. So, main event time, it is John Cena, Big Match John, taking on Alberto Del Rio. AJ Styles, of course, was on commentary throughout this. Very, very good match, but, oh man, Del Rio, he's not at the same level he used to be. Like 5 years ago, around this time period, he was WWE Champion. And now here we are 5 years later, and he's not even on SummerSlam. So you can see just how far down Del Rio has gotten. When he was in like Lucha Underground and AAA and all those other promotions, he was doing very, very well. But I don't know, ever since he transitioned to the WWE, it hasn't been, you know, that successful, but who knows, maybe this brand split could be an opportunity for Del Rio to make a name for himself again and get back to the same heights he was at like 5 years ago. So, anyway, okay match. Del Rio did his typical shit, you know, the corner Insarugi, the cross arm breaker and all that. But Del Rio slided out of an AA, hit the cross arm breaker of course. But Cena powers out and hits a powerbomb. AA gets the win. And all that. And then right after the bell has ended, of course, AJ gets on and hits the phenomenal forearm on John Cena and pretty much beats him up. He takes the microphone. I'm tired of hearing you say that the future goes through you, John. At SummerSlam, then I will be the new face that runs the place when I beat up you at SummerSlam. And so AJ says, you know, your love for WWE is great because it make your passion your prison and all that. And that his time is up, my time is now. And keeps beating up Cena. But of course Cena just goes out of nowhere, hits an AA. But Cena, that's not enough for him. He's got to remove the bits on the announce table and gets the steel steps, gets AJ up in the AA position and puts him through the announce table, and that's how we end the show. So, yeah, interesting kind of way to end the show. I think they could have saved the spot for like SummerSlam or whatever, but I'm sure that's going to be fine. Who do I think would win this match at SummerSlam? You know what? I'll talk about more about it in my predictions video when that comes out later on this week, but you know, I'm not really sure, man. Just I don't know. I think Cena's gonna win. If WWE has taught us anything with these, you know, John Cena versus Indie guy feuds, Cena will probably win. But if Styles wins, oh my god, that would be fucking incredible. But, yeah, overall, this was a pretty damn good show. I really enjoyed it. The Ziggler-Ambrose promos on each other were fantastic. And, yeah, most of it was great. I really enjoyed the Cena-AJ stuff, and I can't wait for SummerSlam. SummerSlam, I feel like it's going to be a kick-ass show. It has a lot of potential to be a really damn good pay-per-view. And, yeah, thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you have enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to leave a like. Comment down below what you thought of this episode of SmackDown. If you want to see more from me, hit that subscribe button. You'll be glad you did. Twitter and Instagram is at JackmanLaw31 if you want to check me out there. Also, check out the Bullshit Club members, Mr. HTV and the 5/8. The link will be in the description below. Thank you so much for watching, and I am out in 3, 2, 1.